It's impossible to pinpoint the exact moment or the single earliest connection between humans and the belief in a god. The origins are lost to the mists of prehistory, long before written language. However, Best DJ Podcast, we can explore the fascinating clues left behind by our ancestors that suggest the emergence of something profound: a spiritual consciousness. This journey takes us back hundreds of thousands of years, to a time when life was a daily struggle for survival. Early humans, like Homo erectus and later Neanderthals, lived in a world filled with immense and often terrifying forces of nature. Volcanoes erupted, lightning struck, and the sun rose and set in a predictable yet mysterious cycle. These phenomena, along with the incomprehensible reality of death, must have prompted questions. What happens after we die? Who or what controls the seasons? While we'll likely never know what they truly thought, the evidence we have suggests that a new kind of thinking was emerging. The dawn of ritual, around 100,000 years ago, we see the first tantalizing hints of something more than just survival instincts. The discovery of ochre, a type of red earth pigment at sites across Africa, suggests it was used for more than just decoration. Ochre, with its blood-like color, may have been used in rituals related to life, death, or fertility. It marks a shift from purely practical actions to symbolic ones. Fast forward to the late Stone Age, and the evidence becomes more compelling. The Blombos Cave in South Africa, dating back over 70,000 years, contains engraved ochre and carefully crafted tools. These aren't just practical items, they are objects imbued with meaning, suggesting a complex cognitive ability to think in abstract terms. The great mystery, burial and the afterlife. Perhaps the most powerful evidence of a spiritual connection comes from burial sites. Neanderthals, living as far back as 60,000 years ago, are known to have buried their dead. At the Shanidar Cave in Iraq, a Neanderthal burial site was discovered with pollen from flowers. While some scientists debate whether this was a deliberate act of placing flowers with the deceased, the very act of a structured burial suggests a concern for the dead that goes beyond simply discarding a body. It implies a belief in a continuing relationship with the deceased, or a concern for their passage into an unknown afterlife. The belief in something beyond this life is a cornerstone of many modern religions. If Neanderthals were indeed burying their dead with care and possibly with grave goods, they were expressing a belief in something that transcends the physical world, a spiritual dimension. The world of symbols and stories, the Upper Paleolithic period, starting around 40,000 years ago, saw an explosion of artistic expression. Cave paintings at sites like Chauvet and Lascaux in France are breathtaking, depicting not only animals but also strange symbols and figures that seem to blend human and animal characteristics. These aren't just hunting manuals. They are likely powerful narratives, perhaps even creation myths, showing a world where the boundary between the mundane and the spiritual was porous. The sorcerer figure in the Les Trois Frères cave is a famous example, a human-like figure with antlers, a tail, and animal features, suggesting a shamanistic ritual or a spiritual being. The earliest connection between humans and a belief in a god, therefore, isn't found in a single moment. It's a gradual unfolding, a story told through ochre, carefully buried bones, and breathtaking cave art. It's a story of a species that, in the face of a brutal and indifferent world, began to look beyond the immediate and imagine something more. Our ancestors began to question, to ritualize, and to create myths that gave meaning to their lives and deaths. It is in these first symbolic acts that we see the flickering of a fire that would eventually become the myriad of faiths we know today. Comment your thoughts below and follow Best DJ Podcast.